Alright, today I'm going to be installing this Torklift Apex Anchor, part number F5004 on my 2024 F250. So I have all the tools I think I'll need, which includes 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch sockets and wrenches, 1 1/4 inch impact socket, inch pound and foot pound torque wrenches, and all the parts separated by driver side and passenger side. I'm on the passenger side, and step 1 was to loosen that bolt by 1/4 inch. This leaf spring hanger bracket. So I loosened it up with this 400 foot-pound impact gun, and I was able to loosen that up 1/4 inch or so. All right, the second step is to fish this bolt up through some holes on the frame. So here's the passenger side again. So I have to go through there, fish it up. There's a hole on top. I'm not sure if I can see this on video, probably not. There it is right there. All right, so I have this bolt fisher on the passenger side. I'm underneath the frame rail. So I have it going through the hole from step 2 on the outside of the frame rail. And then here's how I've figured out to fish it. So I put that through there, and if I can see this on camera. Where is it? There it is. So my plan is, you can see it right there. My plan is to get a long flathead screwdriver to push it up through that hole. So that's what I'll do. All right, so that worked. Still under the passenger side frame rail. So I have the bolt fisher up through that hole and up to the top hole. So I use this long screwdriver, and just when I saw the fisher wire up there, I just pushed it through the hole, drove it out the other side. So now it's up top here. All right, now I'll thread on that bolt and fish that bolt up through there. All right, I got the bolt fished up. This is kind of a pain in the ass to get that nylon retaining washer on, but take some patience and got it done. Next I'll put this bracket on with some of these bolts. That's for step 4, or step 3 rather. All right, so once that retaining washer is on, everything else is pretty much easy from here. You're just putting on this bracket, that weldment there, and then putting on this weldment, this vertical one there, that goes from there up into that first weldment. And I'll torque down the leaf spring hanger nut and bolt, and then get everything else torqued down. All right, and here's a look at all that stuff torqued down. So I've got that vertical weldment and that top weldment there. Everything's torqued. That's how it looks. So now I'll repeat the process for the driver's side. All right, now I'm on the driver's side, and I just got these brackets installed. So same process as passenger side. So there's that vertical weldment and that weldment up top that goes over that bolt that you fish through. I had a harder time with the driver's side because that bolt right there kept spinning as I tried to torque down that nut. So I used some vice grips to clamp the top of that bolt, the threaded portion, while I tied the nut down, and that worked. That's because you have no access from the bottom side. You can see this from the bottom side there to get a socket through. One little hiccup, but got past it. And now I'll put on the drill guides and drill the hole through the bed. All right, back on the passenger side. I have the drill guide put up there. I have that level to make sure it's plumb, and it is. So I'll drill the hole through there with this included drill bit. All right, so here's a look at that passenger side hole that I just drilled. There, you see the light coming through? Do the same for the driver's side now. Right, back on the driver's side. So I have that drill guide put up there now. So the only thing is I need to stay clear of that line. I now have this 1 7/8 inch hole saw on my drill, and I'll drill that right up there. All right, drill the hole saw and the driver's side, staying clear of those lines there. Let's go. I'll punch that out. Alright, so here's the driver's side hole. Passenger side over there. Use this file to follow down the edges. Alright, here's that receiver bolted up to the weldments. Yeah, that regular impact gun didn't work, so I had to get this low profile one. It's an Astro 1834 part number, and I have a shallow 3/4 inch socket on there, and that's to get up in there. At that top nut up there. So I'll show what that looks like. So yeah, there's the passenger side. So see, it barely fits in there. It's actually touching that part of the frame right there, and barely get on there. Here's a look at them installed. So yeah, they just pop up, and you can put them in whatever orientation you need. This pops off. That's pretty stout. This gives a lot more peace of mind than 4-wheel camper's method of using an eye bolt with the plate washer in the bottom, with them being frame mounted like this. So that's it. Cool. Alright, one more thing to add. I didn't do the rear ones because it looks like they would interfere with the 4-wheel camper hawk, since the camper is wider in the back, and it looks like it would go over them. 4-wheel camper recommends 58 inches back from the capside wall to the anchor point, and when I looked at the instructions, I was trying to figure out where that anchor point would be in the back, and I figured it'd probably be about 68 inches, just based on the rough location of where that drill guide ends up at. So about 10 inches too far back on the Torklift Apex Anchor. So for now, I'll use the that 4-wheel camper's eye bolt method, and then maybe do a custom bracket in the future, similar to what Torklift did for the front. So, all right. Here's the main reason why I went with the Torklift Apex Anchor system for my 4-wheel camper hawk that I have on order, that I pick up in a week from now. Today is July 8th, and I pick it up on July 15th. So here's the cutoff for when I use the hole saw on the bed, and we'll measure the thickness of that, and it's 0.65 aluminum that they use an eye bolt and a plate washer on to tie down a 1,600-pound camper. I'd much rather go frame mounted on the anchor points. Yeah, I just hope they come up with a rear system for the 4-wheel camper in the future.